Greetings and welcome to Temple Byron in Byron Bay, and to those watching in Stockholm and Colorado, there are a few of you, we wish you well. And tonight we are launching the Earth Meditation Tribe. So I'll say very briefly what that project's about, but we'll then slip into a longer meditation, which some of you will have heard over the last year or two, but we're going to go there again tonight because it has a structure and it is one of the core meditations that this tribe will be using in the months ahead. And perhaps I should say that after we finish that meditation, let's go back a step. The meditation has essentially 4 parts in it. The first part will be an internal body scan using the earth element. The second part will be an external body scan, once again, obviously the earth. The third part will be the compassion. Doing and being compassion. And we'll finish off the meditation, the fourth part, will be a visualization or imagining of the new earth, what it means to you. So if I give this explanation at the start and tell you that there is kind of a structure there, many of you will have sat in with Rahasha and his meditations are beautifully organic. For the sake of this exercise tonight, however, and so that you've clearly got it in your mind where we're heading when we're using this particular meditation, we'll try to keep to that structure. The next comment I should make is to acknowledge that in arriving at these earth meditations, I've had a small team of German people in particular who have been very influential with me. And of course, one of them's here tonight, Dr. Rahasha Kraft, but starting initially with the great German Dharma teacher, Anna Leo, more about him later if we need to. And then secondly, the great German composer Deuter has given us permission to use a few of his songs from the album Garden of the Gods. So when we go into the third stage of the meditation, which is about compassion, and the idea about the importance of compassion is that on the new earth, compassion will be a foundational quality that we all will aspire to. And so let's keep it as brief as that. We'll finish the meditation by imagining or visualizing what the new earth means to each of us. And once again, we have Deuter's permission to use the song Gaia, Dreaming Herself Awake. And you'll be invited to sit in that music and in silence at that point. So what we'll do is we'll start by asking you to get in your meditation pose. If you wish, we'll do a minute or two of breathing. Whatever routine that you have when you sit on the cushion, I'm going to show you a quick routine that a meditation yoga guru who led five of the morning sessions at the recent World Trauma Conference how she starts her sessions. You can follow me, or otherwise for the next 2 minutes you can relax and soak in the energy of the earth at Temple Byron. So breathing, and one of the reasons why I'd like to start with the breathing is that over the next month we are going to honour Thich Nhat Hanh. We've done so the last 2 weeks, and one of his key teachings, of course, was about breathing, and the other one was about walking. I'm sorry I'm being a little bit long with this, because we're all mindful of being the trauma-sensitive meditation and trauma-sensitive yoga, if you are challenged by any of what you hear tonight, you don't want to touch the earth, or you have some other technique that you like using, well, use it. But I'm going to invite you to go with me. If, however, you feel challenged, Mona is happy for you just to get to your feet, and I'm happy for you, and you're welcome to walk in the beautiful gardens outside. And I'll ring the bell so that you know when to come back in. So practicing your mindfulness, people are just arriving now, but we don't notice that. We'll let them come in, however. And I'm going to put my left hand on the floor, my right hand on my left thigh, and I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to do some Ujjayi breathing. Some call it ocean breathing. The idea is a big deep breath deep into your belly, hold a couple of seconds, and then you release, but very slowly. You discharge, you release. Those just arriving now, there are plenty of pillows over here.
Noisy? The fountain's too noisy? Is it okay?
The fountain's beautiful, Mona. Thank you, darling. Moving to the left, breath in. Hold. And breathing out slowly. And again. Breath in. Hold. And out slowly. And as you breathe out, let go. One of the explanations of the Four Noble Truths is it's all about letting go. To the right hand side, touching the earth. Breath in, deep into your belly. The belly being the energetic centre of embodied awareness in your body. And again, deep breath in. Hold and letting go. Back to the centre. Breath in. Hold and letting go. If you like, you can come with me. Hands to the front. Breath in as we breathe in. Hold and letting go. Back to the heart. And again. Breath in. Hold. And breathing out slowly, letting go any of the drama of the day, of your life, whatever it may be. And the last time we're going to go above, but this time I'm going to spiral if you have a soft gaze of where you are. So we spiral up. Breathing in, hold, and letting go. And the last one, once again, spiral up, hold, and letting go. So if you can just get into your, establish your posture for the main meditation of the night. And in relation to the Ujjayi breathing, many of you know that if you're listening to Porges and Kolk and these other people on the trauma summits, when we are sitting this close together, our nervous systems are interacting. And that exercise, if I'm reading it correctly, helps us achieve congruence. And once again, to honour Thich Nhat Hanh, in the practice of touching the earth, our body and our mind are united perfectly. And in doing so, we touch our ancestors, descendants, and all forms of life in the present moment. We touch the essence of being, and in doing so, we recognise we are part of the earth and part of life that continues on. So touching and connecting with the earth. The first part of the meditation will be an internal scan with the earth element. The four elements, earth, wind, fire and water. Tonight, time only permits us to use the earth element. Hardness, softness, solidity, however you wish to describe it. If you want to get an idea of how to identify that within your body, a good example that Anileo uses is to grit your teeth and letting go. So going to the top of your head, bringing awareness to the earth element. To your forehead. Your cheeks, your jaw, earth element. And as you move through this scan, if you sense any tension, you might relax, soften into that tension using your breath. Continuing. The neck, the shoulders, awareness to your earth element. And as you slide through, whether it's here or at home, if you can't pick up or locate or identify this, that's perfectly okay. Just keep moving through. Upper arms, lower arms, hands, earth element. Upper torso, lower torso, hips, bringing awareness to the earth element. Upper legs, lower legs, feet, earth element. And noting the points of contact that you have with the earth beneath, and allowing gravity to bring you to the earth, into the earth. And for those who are with me, putting, if you wish, all 10 fingers on the earth, touching the Earth Mother, with a deep breath in, drawing up the strength and the stability of the earth. The external scan. Once again, becoming aware of the hardness and the solidity beneath. The same hardness and the same solidity that is within you. Because you are of the earth. And to the earth in time, you may return. And with your mind's eye looking out to the front and seeing it rolling out endlessly, far away, all the way to Mount Warning and beyond. And moving to the right, once again rolling out, being aware of the earth element. Behind you, and sensing that it is one and the same as you are. And to the left, having covered all 4 cardinal directions, horizontally, but also vertically, imagining beneath you and above you. The earth which nurtures, which provides you with food, with water, with warmth, with oxygen. And as we move along this meditation, this path, we have a new meditator with us tonight, and I'm very sorry that I overlooked that. I hope you're still with us. There's some very experienced meditators in the room, and with a soft gaze, if you wish, you'll pick them out. And you move into that energy flow that's happening. Maybe what you do is you just think about your breath, subject to what I'm now going to share with you. In breathing, you will breathe to where it is clearest and most obvious to you. You construct your posture from the ground up, and you sit tall and with dignity. The third stage of our meditation on a new earth, there will be some qualities that our tribe will espouse and that you will aspire to. And one of the main ones, of course, will be compassion. But our tribe will also have a very keen interest in heartfulness. Tonight, however, the third stage will be about compassion. We will start by doing compassion. And there are 3 or 4 different techniques. The first one, some people just like, they're just word people. They might just say compassion. Or they might just say, may all beings be free from suffering. If you're a word person, great. You might do it that way. The second technique, if you are an image person, you might wish to, in your mind's eye, you might see a Mother Teresa, the face of Mother Teresa, the face of Thich Nhat Hanh. It may be your puppy, your kitten. It may be the little mother duck that visits you some mornings from the lake and brings up her tribe of ducklings to show them to you. And when we say compassion, we make a clear distinction between it and empathy. Empathy, where we're wanting to effectively walk in someone else's shoes and become immersed in their suffering, in their pain. But we're not wanting to do that. Compassion is quite different. A willingness to be near the fire, the heat, the pain, but not allowing yourself to fall into it, knowing how to step back with a desire, with a wish that this being be free from suffering, free from affliction, free from harm. The third technique that I'm going to invite you to use, we'll play some music from Deuter. And this music will get you there if you're not there already. And just go with the flow. So you will do compassion for a period. And when you feel that you are there in that energy, we will be compassion. But take it in your own time. If you wish, a breath in together. Gently in and deep. And let it go. And if you feel you're there, stop doing compassion, be compassion. Our tribe has a vision that says the path ahead is a spiritual one. The invitation tonight is an invitation to visualize your new earth, our new earth. And I'm not going to lecture you on how to visualize being in your body, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, etc. You might decide to use the 4 elements. Some say 5 elements. Let your imagination take you where it will. And once again, we finish this meditation with As we emerge from this meditation, we've spent some time contemplating compassion to others. But of course, there's someone who is entitled to that compassion probably more than anyone. And if it's you, and you agree with me that you would like to extend love and compassion to yourself, I invite that song in your heart, and you may wish to put your hand to your heart, or both hands to your heart, and breathing gently. May I be well. May I be happy. May I live my life with ease. May I be safe, and may I be free. And a deep breath into your heart, and softening. And staying with that for a moment, and when you're ready, coming out ever so slowly. The energy in this yurt is so strong. Underneath me, in front of me, where the lotus is, there's a ton or so of rose quartz, and above me is the sacred geometry. And the energy in here tonight is palpable. So come out slowly and in your own time. And if you wish, with a soft gaze, you'll see that I'm going to finish with much the same routine that I started the night with, the Ujjayi breathing. You may wish to just do your yoga stretches. Welcome back. We're not wanting to break this energy. As I said before, I know Rahasha has a firm view on allowing the energy to hold and stay where it is, but I'm going to give the option of just a few minutes where you can go up to the hall if you need to, or you can quickly get a cup of tea out the back, and I think there's some biscuits there if I'm right, Kat. And in fact, whoever moves quickly, there may be the biscuits from Aldi as per usual, we have a thing about the Germans. And there may even be some other sweets there. If you don't get it now, but please, we're being mindful of the virus thing. Don't all rush the kitchen at once. Otherwise, you'll get a cup of tea at 8:15. So we'll start again in a few minutes' time. I hope that water's hot, is it? We didn't. Was the urn hot? Oh, good. The bathroom is in the main temple hall, to the left and to the right. Just talk to me. Is that okay? Okay. I'm thinking. Where's Joanne? Oh, she's gone. I don't know if you turn it off or whether you get it started again. Just leave it going. You'll be able to work it out, I'm sure. It's not rocket science. It's just that I'm very confronted by social media and phones. So I think what we'll do is, have you got any volume? What? Is there any volume?
I don't know, when that time to tune in, you've got to finish. Do you want to turn those fountains off or leave them on?
Is that?
Do you want to turn the fountains off outside or leave them on?
Oh, they're perfect.
Leave them on?
Yeah, okay, they're perfect. Thanks, Paul. Well, you normally would have busy buses now, but it's kind of distracting. Oh, it's okay. It's a big of course, often bad to her feeling stressed because of that. And she's coming back again. So when Joe comes back, have a quick chat with Emma and Joey. And I think let's keep it light and fluffy. Nothing too difficult. You okay with that?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna go outside.
Okay. All right. 2 minutes. Okay. 2 minutes. Can you announce that outside? 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
I think you're right, Rahasha, to keep the flow going because people love to get out into the garden. We won't see a few of them again, I don't think. How did you travel? Okay? Did you get the idea of how to meditate?
Yeah, I think I felt what everyone else was feeling though. I felt like I was just closing my eyes and thinking. Because everyone else felt like this floating sensation. That's kind of like what it's like.
A much longer conversation. I got that wrong, didn't I? Giving people a break.
Hey, when you do it, do you have to be sitting or can you lay down?
Come up here. Just come up here. And I'll have a conversation with you very quickly if you like.
Okay.
Oh, can we do it at the end?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You can sit in whatever position. You can stand in mountain pose. You can lie down in Shavasana. The traditional seated position is what you're seeing people around the room seated as. And some of the people in this room are true masters of meditation. You are in good company tonight. So, standing, sitting, can be as simple as that. You watch how Dominguez's doing it. Then he leans forward, he comes back and relaxes into the position. Hands could be on the knees, can be in the lap. Sometimes some of the great meditation teachers say you just go and see whether they fall there or see whether they fall there. If you lie down, you can lie down in Shavasana position and try to be symmetrical. I don't lie down because I immediately fall asleep. And of course the fourth technique, and really a good one for Temple Byron, is walking meditation. And of course, as you know, Thich Nhat Hanh, who we are honouring over the next month, he was particularly fond of walking meditations. So on another night, possibly even next week, when we work out who leads us next week, we might even do a walking meditation out in the garden. Can I treat this as... Can we go ahead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess for starters, did anything come out of the meditation that you'd like to share with us? I structured it like that so that you get a clear idea of this tribe's signature meditation. Because I've got no doubt there'll be lots of copycat versions that'll appear around the place pretty quick. So the structure, I know I spoke a little bit, possibly a little bit too much, was in those different stages. I'm going to invite, suggest that what we do now is the technique that you know that I'm fond of. We 12, 18 months ago, I and a couple of others sponsored a group, promoted a group of North American Indians from Standing Rock to Australia, and they did some gigs in this area. And when they did their workshops, e.g. the one in Mullumbimby Main Hall there were 100 or 200 people there all around the circumference, and you got to say your name and one word, and it allows me to monitor where you were at as best I can. And 18 months ago, when we first started this little exercise, I was hearing a number of words that were a little bit concerning. When we did this a fortnight ago, I heard another word appearing, and it was joyful to hear that word. So as we go around the room, and those listening in cyberspace, we are still sorting out the audio. We're having trouble with some new equipment, so we're back to using the lapel mic. So what I'm proposing is that if we just put it out like that in that area. Is that a good way to do it, Kat?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doot, 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 and back to here. And so I'd ask you to speak up a little. If you don't want your voice or your name heard in cyberspace, you can say, I'm X or Y. Or you can just pass. You don't have to say anything. So can I put it out like that?
Mm-hmm.
And do you want us to start?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what the process is? This is your name.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to start?
If you don't want to say your name, like in like the internet, like can you just say I'm me or something, and then your name, and then.
Do you want me to lead off?
Okay.
I'm Geo. Heartfulness.
I'm Kat. Light.
Even if you hold it there, you don't. They don't have to actually take it up to their mouth.
I am May, Spirit. I am Sarah, Love.
I'm Jamie, Dance.
I didn't hear that one. That's important to me.
I'm Jamie, Dance.
Dance.
I'm Emma, Truth.
I'm Joanne. Light.
Right?
Light.
I'm Daniel, open-mindedness.
Open-mindedness.
I am Matt, rest.
Sorry, I've got a hearing problem, mate.
Rest.
My name is Rahasya. Peace.
Thank you. I'm Christine, Stars.
Perhaps you repeat it, Kat, as you go. And you repeat. Use me as you
I am Christine, Stars.
Stars.
I'm Mallory, Learn.
I'm Eva. New.
I'm Joao, R-A-W-E.
I'm Greg, spirits.
Spirit? Is that spirit?
Spirits.
I'm El Ray, divinity.
I'm the Ming, share.
I'm sorry, what was that word?
Share.
Share.
Shed or share?
Share.
Share. Share. Share.
Eva, presence.
I'm Yara, Love.
I'm Sarita, One.
Michelle, Laughter.
Judith, Balance.
You can just put it back down. Yeah. Okay. The words I was hearing 12, 18 months ago were fear-based, you can imagine. The words that I was hearing a fortnight ago when we were honouring Thich Nhat Hanh, gratitude won the night. Okay. What were you hearing tonight, Anna? A broad variety, or did something come through that really hit you?
Love.
No. Sorry?
Love.
Love.
I had love a few times.
Joe, what came through for you?
As a collective, do you mean? As a group?
As a group.
Love, light, and nurturing, allowing.
Okay. You're not getting a Dharma talk tonight, you'll be pleased to hear. And in fact, it was buried in there somewhere where I made a comment about what the Four Noble Truths were, because when it's all stripped away, it's very simple. It's about letting go. Sure, there are those words craving and attachment that other people bring into the mix, but for the purpose of this conversation tonight, it's as simple as that. We will have the longer version on some other night. Tonight, I'm going to go easy on everyone. And I want to share a teaching that came to me during the week from the great English teacher, Christopher Titmuss. And there was a conversation that I overheard about mindfulness. And as you know, Eckhart Tolle doesn't really like that word, mindfulness. He prefers the use of the word presence. Let's not go there tonight. But what I had heard Christopher say, and I've yet to confirm this with him because I'm doing another course with him and the great German Dharma teacher Ulla Kunig, but the comment made, and this is something that I'd like you to take home and to ponder. His thought was that it was about seeing clearly. So if I had the consent of, I will not be singing a song tonight because I'm waiting to get confirmation of the intellectual property that I'm allowed to sing it in this public setting. If I were going to explain that to you in a song, it would probably be that old song that our generation was familiar with, Rahasha, I Can See Clearly Now. Do you remember that one? Would you like to break into that song? When Rahasha does gigs for us, sometimes he brings his flute. So next time he's up, I'll make sure he brings his flute and we'll sing you something like Lokar Samastar or something like that. And let me just say also to you, while I'm musing like this and trying to keep it as soft as I can tonight, one of the key words for me of this tribe, sure, mindfulness is important on a new earth, critically important, compassion is important, but the word heartfulness. And we'll spend a night talking about heartfulness when the women tell me that give me a green light to do so. And if I had to put that into a song so that you can, if you want to think about it, Daming, because I know you're interested in music, it's the song Lean on Me, When You're Not Strong and I'll Be Your Friend. Do you remember that one? You don't remember it? I'll help you carry on. Does anyone remember that song?
Yeah.
So, you've heard me use a word tonight. You saw it on the website buried in the second page, and you're probably thinking, what's this guy on about? He's on about that song. But that deserves an entire night because it will change your life. Elsewhere in that website, for the sake of, before I hand over to you, look at the website. We've set a really high bar, but we make no apologies for that. We've set out the values and the visions of this tribe. And when it's stripped away, it's about reconnection with self, with each other, and with the Earth Mother. It's a spiritual path that lies ahead for us. Whereas there are others, call them as you will, the New World Order, or who are these other phrases that I've heard you use occasionally, Rasha, New World Order, or whoever it is out there, who will tell you that the way ahead, the path ahead is something else, called science. So that explains that section of the website, and challenge me if you will, if you wish. The other thing I wanted you to take from the, in terms of an overview of the website, is that when it's all stripped away, if we need to be put in a caste, and we don't want to be put in the caste because we all desire to be safe and free, there are two things that I hope you all caught up on. And it comes from the Tao Te Ching. The intent is that we aspire to the values of the Tao Te Ching. And over time, and the two that I mentioned there, if anyone read the website, did anyone pick up on them? A return to the yin and a return to the great integrity. It's as simple as that. As simple or as difficult as you would make it. And of course, I'm hoping we have two people in this room who've got a knowledge of the Tao Te Ching. Mine is based on Dr. Ralph Dale's interpretation of it. But we have two people in this room, one who travels Europe extensively in China, who will give you an organic knowledge of the Tao Te Ching. And we have another person in this room who in fact has similarly taught around the world and taught in the Shaolin Temple, etc., etc. And he has also a knowledge of the Tao Te Ching. So it will be an exciting time for us if I can lure these people into leading us on other nights. And you should turn up those nights. Can I be as brief as that in terms of an overview of the tribe, its values and its visions? And can I hand it over to you? So, the new earth, you had an opportunity to visualize, to imagine, the power of imagination. And some of you will know the neuroscience better than I, but the power of imagination, of visualization. We become our thoughts, Rahasha. I know you had a Dharma talk recently about the power that our thoughts have in terms of shaping our daily lives and creating a reality. If you want to embellish on that, I'd love you to do so. But I'm going to open it up to the floor now. A new earth. Did anything come out of the meditation for anyone here that you think might be relevant to us? Because really, ultimately, you're all thinking the same things.
Yes.
You are all interconnected. Connection to earth and the interconnection of all beings is the theme of this tribe. Is that true, Demin? Connection to earth and the interconnection of all beings?
All food on the ground. We are touching the ground.
And we're all touching.
And we lose all connect together.
You don't have to have it up really close to you, but
Just on the floor, it's okay.
we're still sorting the technical stuff out.
So, yeah, what came quite strongly was a memory, actually, of something I wrote, or I would say I wrote it down, but it came through about 10 years ago, and I feel to share it. Is that okay? If I can share it?
We'd love you to share it.
I've got it on, I can't remember word for word. Funnily enough, I looked at the date, and it was the 24th of February, 2012. So literally in 2 days' time, it'd be exactly 10 years.
So can you find that?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there's some fascinating people around the room. You'll get a chance to say hello to them. Emma has just opened up a new sanctuary the other side of Mullumbimby, and it's called the
Sacred Hearth Sanctuary.
So these are the people that are now moving in our circle, and the talent of spiritual people in this area is staggering.
So I've just found a share on Facebook from I think it was, 2020, where I came across it because, it pops up on Facebook. And I said at this time, a couple of years ago, reflecting on these words that came so clearly and strongly 8 years ago, we're coming to a time of a circle completing, rooting as love in the ring of possibility into the circle of life herself. A new creation as love is born into matter. We are birthing heaven on earth. We chose to be here at this time, beloveds. Let the waves of birth take you. Give yourself to the pain, to the unknown. Be gentle, be tender, be love. Relax into the body. Return to nature. Go where the heart sings. Serve, love, and give. Surrender to truth. Offer yourself to life. Whatever she brings is calling you home. Be the goodness that you are. Celebrate this existence. Be grateful, be humble. You are held in every breath. I love you. And the piece that I was referring to was called Hearth and Haven. So it's no surprise that Hearth came in years later with the birth of Sacred Hearth Sanctuary. And I want to share this because it feels just timely for where we find ourselves. I think sometimes the wisdom that comes through comes so much earlier than we're ready for. So all these years ago, there was a feeling in me of this coming because we were born for these times. We were born for this change at the end of Kali Yuga. I have a vision, a gift to share, an offering. It is an ashram, a place of work, the work that is life, spiritual life, a safe haven in this time of change. Here we will gather on the land to awaken our consciousness, to uplift and inspire ourselves and others, to evolve. In the spirit of Karma Yoga, together we will create the hearth, her earth, the heart and fire of the earth, and ignite our internal fire. Hearth and haven for this great turning point in our time. Here we will gather. We will awaken to our true potential. We will give freely. We will love unconditionally. We will serve each other. We will see ourselves in each other. We will be good. We will do good. This is our human nature. We will grow food. We will share. We will offer our gifts gratefully to the community, to our soul family. We will live lightly on Mother Earth, understanding the sacredness of all life. We will live in harmony, connecting with ourselves, with each other, and with nature. Here, our children will run free. They will be encouraged to think, to be creative. Children will be loved and nurtured, parented peacefully and consciously by the collective. The community will grow and prosper. We will rebirth ourselves as new humans, and here we will create haven on earth. Birth into being. So we begin with the women. Yes, this is women's work, women's love, women's creation. We hold life. This is our divine spark. We know, we feel, we must. We are already, it is given. We are part of the dreaming, and it is time. The return of the sacred feminine consciousness is upon us. The feminine must lead the way back to balance. We need the union of the two principles, sacred feminine in balance with sacred masculine. The feminine is the spark, the initiator, and the feminine must initiate the healing, the rebalancing. This is womb wisdom, the wisdom of the mother of all life that we hold within us. It is up to us to light the fire that will blaze across the earth and leave behind glowing embers of a new light, a new dawn. I hold a vision of a red tent, a sacred a sacred space for women on the land, a space for sharing, for connecting, for healing the feminine, for unleashing the profound wisdom and creative energies that lie within, bursting the bud of creativity. Here we will recognize ourselves as women dancing through the dark light, our rites of passage, what it is to be woman. We will heal, we will open and connect. We will celebrate through ritual and ceremony. We will purify and activate our hearts and wombs to realize our full potential. Safe and held in the red tent womb space, we will birth ourselves into being and emerge anew. Women must protect the babies, the children. We are guardians to the light ones. They are coming. In deep womb resonance, women will birth a new human society. In time, women will restore our connection to the web of life. In healing our sexuality, we heal the planet. We are rebirthing the sacred feminine consciousness in ourselves and the collective. Mother Earth is calling and we are responding. I believe this begins with the women. This is our initiation and opportunity, this great turning point in our times. Women hold the creative spark of life. We must recognize what we are here to do right now and act upon it. And so this is my offering, my dream, my seed waiting to bear fruit.
Wow.
So yeah, I just want to speak to the women's aspect of that, because I don't actually, what came 10 years ago is quite different to my experience right now, but there was certainly, I don't feel it's just down to women, but as a woman we hold the feminine essence in us. It is our primary essence. And so there's a deep connection to mother, that if women are dropping into themselves, into their bodies, into earth, then that knowing is so close, that what has to happen. And that's what that was speaking of. It's not like, well, I mean, the Dalai Lama said that women will save the world, so perhaps, it is that. Maybe it is about the women initiating, but yeah. So thank you for listening. It came actually, instead of a visualization, just the words Hearth and Haven and a sense of light, actually.
That was just beautiful, Emma. And it's funny how I seem to of late, there's an incredible synchronicity going on out there. I'm meeting the people that the tribe wants me to meet, and there will be more. And it was 2 years ago that I got a coffee at a little town north of Byron Bay. I won't mention the name because we don't want to drag people there. But I happen to swim the river regularly there. And I often sit out with my cap down and my dark glasses on, and basically the sign is, leave me alone, I'm having quiet time. But in any event, I went over got my coffee and went over to the park, and 5 minutes later, a young woman followed me across and said, hey, can I sit at the table and have a coffee with you? So as it turns out, Emma and I have been on the same path and reading from the same sheet. And in fact, Rahasha and I, for some time now, have been talking about an event that will happen in or near Byron Bay. And Rahasha, Emma, has that image in her mind as well. So that event will happen, and it will happen so much more easily knowing that Emma has that interest and that vision as well. And you know the event I'm referring to, I think.
I don't actually. Or maybe I do and I've forgotten. Oh, right. Okay, good.
So watch this space. So that was just wonderful. And having drawn attention to the feminine, to the yin, And you said that we were about a return to the inn, a return to the great integrity. The reality is we want the males involved in this tribe. And as I look around the room, there's lots of beautiful women. And Matt, I'd hope that by stating that we are about the return to the inn, that the males realise that we're not on a crusade to get rid of them. But that'll come out in time, because we all have yin and yang. Okay, that was a beautiful comment from Anna. I'll move further around the room.
I'd just like to talk about what's going on. A friend is in Wellington.
Hold on a moment. Can I have that microphone nearer to you, Jay?
Yeah, a good friend of mine is in Wellington right now, and there's been a lot of people congregating outside of Parliament House. But she's been sending images and just sharing what's happening down there at the moment. And the most beautiful thing is, it's like this beautiful connecting community. People are donating services, their time, their energy. It's like this incredible collective of people coming together, and they're just making it work. And it's just beautiful heart space, and they're feeling really connected. People are donating money, people are donating clothes and shoes, there's toilets being set up, there's showers, and people are just moving around and helping make it work. And it's like this new sort of instant new world has just been created in this space, because the intention is there for the people to come together and create something much, much better. And that paradigm of co-creating and working together, it's like it's happening there, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And you know, it makes me like almost cry just seeing the pictures and seeing how it's just happened like that as well. It's not like being contrived, it's just happened because the people know it needs to happen. It's a beautiful thing. So I just wanted to share that, because a lot of people don't know what's happening and how easily something so magical can happen when everyone just goes, yeah, let's make it happen. So it's a beautiful thing.
It's not happening because it's not part of the mainstream narrative, but we won't go there tonight, Jay. You and I will talk about that over coffee. We're getting towards 8:15, which is the end of the night, and we need to be vacant and out of here by 8:30. So I'm in wind down mode, so if you've got anything to say, you need to pull me up fairly quickly. The way I'd like to see this move ahead is, are we a tribe that has a worthwhile purpose? I've had a conversation with Paul in terms of Byron Bay Meditation Centre is doing once a week on a Tuesday night. I don't want to create a rod for my back unless you support this project. Do we have a second night dedicated to the Earth Tribe? Or do we rotate Byron Bay Meditation Centre one week and then the Earth Tribe the next week? And Byron Bay Meditation Centre we'll talk a lot about the Dharma and the Harsha, and there are a couple of other people in this room who I'm already grooming because I want them involved. So there's a conversation. I want you to fill in that book out the front that gives me your email address, and whether we create Rahasha, I'm happy to hear your comment on this if you will. Whether we create a MailChimp group or another Google group or whatever, someone has said to me, Greg, I really don't like the fact that you're live streaming on Facebook. That's okay. Tell me where you want to be. So what I'm proposing, and Kat, and Joe, and Emma. I'm proposing, and Michelle. If you can say hello to each other before you leave tonight. But I'm going to invite others in this group. By all means, contact me, have a cup of coffee with me, or swim the river with me, whatever you like. But if this goes ahead, we need people who set up each night, who clean up afterwards, who might help us do social media posts and all sorts of stuff. You might even want to lead a gig one night. So before you leave tonight, can you make yourself known to me or one of the four women I've mentioned? If this was just a one-off night for you, that's perfectly cool. I want you to know that I see the tribe as being more than just a once-a-week meditation get together. Can I leave it as broadly as that, Emma?
No, I'd ask you to get a little bit more specific. What else do you think?
I'm open to this tribe going in a direction far beyond just being a meditation night. Can I be as broad as that? I've already indicated to you that I'm having a conversation about a major event that would bring lots of healers, lots of spiritual people, earth people, music people. Kat knows about this already. You've read between the lines, haven't you? So, the starting point, I guess, is please sign the book out here and put your email address on it, and keep in contact. And if you want to speak to one of the women that I've mentioned, do that as well. We need to wind down, and we need to leave this place in the condition that we found it. You can have a quick cup of tea and a chat. And El Ray, would you like to finish the night with an offering from the Tao Te Ching? Would you like to come out the front or read from there? To show you the type of people that we are attracting, El Ray, for many years, managed an event called